Welcome back to Rangers Report, brought to you in association with Lila. Of course, as always, you can join me and Andy Sinton wherever you get your podcasts, Spotify, iTunes, qpr.co.uk and YouTube. Since, I'm not going to ask you how you are, you look a little bit frustrated, but how have things been?
Yeah, fine. Good. Certainly looking forward to Saturday. Disappointing week leading up to the international break, but is what it is. We are where we are. We know what we have to do. So, look forward to Saturday.
How's your international break been? How is it as a ex-footballer watching England play? Do you enjoy it?
I try and have a little bit of family time, actually. Whether that's with the grandkids or tidying the garden and just getting that little break. But, you've always got one eye on. Can't wait to get back for the next game, and really looking forward to Saturday's game.
So we last spoke quite a while ago now, it feels like it was ages ago, before Blackburn Rovers away. Those 3 games, Blackburn, Hull and Derby, have not quite produced what we'd have wanted, both. Yeah.
That just shows you if you have in any league, but certainly the championships when the games come thick and fast. If you have a bad week, it can put you in a place where you don't want to be. It can change the mood in and around the place, and we've obviously seen that. So disappointing week, 3 disappointing games, 3 disappointing results. But as I said a couple of minutes ago, it's put us where we are. We know where we are. Let's go.
We won't go over them in too much detail, but we'll start off with the trip, the early start to Ewood Park. There was a sort of a game-defining moment in that game, wasn't there?
Well, I think so. I thought we started the game quite brightly. Should go 1-0 up. First goal in any game is key to get your noses in front. Game tips on a moment right on half-time with Jonathan. Mistimes a tackle, gives the referee a decision to make, which he makes, surrounded by Blackburn players. But if I was just giving Jonathan a little bit of advice, area of the pitch, timing of the game, did he need to make it? He did, paid the consequences. But that definitely changed the game, because I'm sure it would have changed the team talks in both dressing rooms, both them and us. Credit to Blackburn. They seized the initiative, took advantage. First goal's a little bit unlucky, deflection off Cookie. Second goal's poor from a set play. So we go away licking our wounds, and we go into the whole game at home.
And the whole game, is it fair to say there's some positives we could take from that? However, we're in a results business. So.
I think there was lots of positives to take. I think for me, and this is just my opinion, I think for 25, 30 minutes, that's the best we've played this season. The way we started the game, I think, is the way the team under Marty and Xavi wants to play. We're on the front foot. The opening 5 or 6 minutes, their goalkeeper makes 3 or 4 really good saves. Probably been in the game long enough, you probably have to score when you're on top. We concede a goal edge of the box. Then another poor goal from our own mistake when we get caught in possession on the edge of the box. So from starting the game well, you're 2-0 down. We get a lifeline with a penalty. Nicholas scores that. Second half, we come out. Chance with a header just after half-time. Koki hits the post with the goalkeeper's beaten. Then the third goal sort of kills the game. You could sense it sucked the life out of the team and the stadium. We're chasing the game, and to be fair, Hull could have increased their lead. So, but as far as positives, that opening half an hour, but that probably epitomises a lot of the games this season. We've had good spells, but we haven't been consistent enough within games or from game to game. So yeah.
How can you turn those opportunities into goals? What over the international break, what would you have been doing to turn Koki's chance that hits the post? Is that just unfortunate, or is there something you can?
No, I think that's something you have to think. Koki's done everything right. The goalkeeper's rooted to the spot. It's hit the post. Barring a couple of inches, it's 2-2. They're the fine margins in football. How can we? It's not just about chances. I think we need to, and I'm sure the players will agree with this. And Marty and the staff will agree with us. We've got to be more consistent. How do you get more consistent with and without the ball? I'm a great believer. Sometimes you go back to basics. When I say basics, without the ball, track your runners, win your headers, put your foot in, win your challenges, defend your box, organise and do your roles at set plays with the ball. Can we retain possession better in better areas of the pitch? Can we get our better players on the ball in more advanced areas of the pitch? Can we be more creative? And when chances come, can we take more chances than we are? So yeah, back to basics. but yeah, everything to look forward to.
And we wrapped up that period before the international break with a trip to Derby. Again, more frustration, almost a 60-second period that changed the game.
Well, I thought it was a poor game, and I'm not going to hide away. It was a poor performance from us. But again, first half, nothing in the game. We're in the game, away from home. You're 0-0. You've quietened the crowd to a degree. But yeah, the 2 goals that we conceded in 30 seconds or a minute are really poor. One direct from a corner, and the second one straight from the kickoff. Really, it was just a really frustrating, disappointing afternoon. One, probably a game that you want to be playing straight away on the Tuesday to put right. But I actually believe the international break came at a good time for us. Get some work on the training ground and get ready for this next big game on Saturday.
What do you think's been happening on the training ground here at Heston?
Well, I know they've been working incredibly hard, and when I say incredibly hard, that's not just running or fitness. It's, you know, the tactical element of the game, the organisation, various stuff has been going on. So the players know they're underperforming. But yeah, it's time. 9 games in. We're in the bottom 3. I'm going to say that, and I'm saying that deliberately because that's where we are. Now's the time. 9 games in. Now's the time to step up. Now's the time to start performing. Now's the time to get our season going. There's
obviously some positives that have come out of the season, and Paul Nardi and Joe Walsh have been probably that, haven't they?
Well, both of them, but Paul came in. Paul, I think, has been really, really good. I think he announced himself to the QPR fans against Spurs in pre-season, where I thought he was excellent, made 3 or 4 really good saves, and hasn't looked back on there. Obviously, his distribution is a major part of what he's been brought into the club. I think that's there for everyone to see. What's really impressed me, though, has been his shot stopping, and people say, well, that's his role, but I think he's done really well. The fact he's been probably our best player and done really well. How can I say this? You don't really want that to happen to your goalkeeper, but it has, and he's done really, really well. Works incredibly hard on a daily basis. Yeah, he's been a real success so far.
When you go back to your playing days, how important is a good goalkeeper to help sort of set the team from the back? And
huge, worth their weight in gold. You know, strikers tend to go for the guys who put the ball in the back of the net, but don't underestimate what a good goalkeeper can do. I think a year QPR got promoted, I think Paddy Kenny here kept 20 odd clean sheets, and won player of the year when other people were scoring goal after goal after goal. So that just shows you can't underestimate. Paul's done incredibly well, and I have to say Joe has as well. Been really impressed with Joe. Made his debut at Coventry end of the season. Thought he acquitted himself really, really well. This year he's played in the cup games, Cambridge. What I liked about Joe, he made a mistake against Cambridge. We're trying to play out the way we want to play, but try to play out. But as all good players and all good goalkeepers do, put that behind him. Just got on with his game. It happens. Look forward. The Luton game, where he not just the penalties, but he makes some good saves. And yeah, Crystal Palace. He's had another good game. So Joe's been a real.
How good is that sort of competition as well?
That's vital
for Paul to have Joe to be vying for his place a little bit.
It's vital. It's a strange dynamic, goalkeepers, because there's not much rotation goes on, very little in any team. So a goalkeeper's probably waiting for a horrendous loss of form or an injury, and either one you don't want to the teammate. But you've just got to work hard every day. You've got to push each other. You've got to look after each other. You've got to be there for each other in the good and the bad, and I think we've got a really good close-knit goalkeeping department.
We caught up with goalkeepers Paul Nardi and Joe Walsh here at our West London training base. We're delighted to be joined by the Goalkeeper Union, Paul Nardi, Joe Walsh. Guys, thanks for joining me.
It's a pleasure.
First of all, Paul, we'll come straight to you. How have you found life here in London since your summer move?
Yeah, very, very good, very nice. London, it's unbelievable. Yeah, I just know Paris, before like capital, and London, it's quite beautiful. The food is good, but yeah, I have to say in France we are a bit top, for a fromage, like croissant, but no, it's quite good, very good place, and the people also very helpful. So nice, like a Joe with me.
I was going to ask you, have you
Yeah.
been showing Paul the sights of West
Yeah.
London?
I'm not quite over this side, so I think the boys who live towards London, they have like that bond and go out together, which is nice. And obviously as a team as well, we do a lot of stuff in London. We have our like meals, etc. in London, so it's just nice to have that bond and for everyone to feel like a team, and everyone gets to mix with everyone, because sometimes when you're at lunch you may sit with certain individuals, but when you're out as a team you all mix, and it's really nice.
Is that a common thing that the goalkeepers are very, like a close relationship, isn't it?
I think so, because we're probably out 30 minutes before the team, some days a bit earlier. Some days a bit.
Sometimes an hour. Yeah. We
So-
have to say to Spaxi, it's a message, a little message. No, we work a lot. For me, we work very well. The spirit of between the goalkeeper, it's just amazing. Always push. So happy for this. Yeah.
Yeah.
And on the field, it's not been quite the start that we would have wanted, but for you personally, you have been making a lot of saves and been quite an important player for us so far.
Yeah, it's always nice to start well, but I don't really like to speak about personally. Yeah, I prefer to talk about team, and yeah, it's not the start we want. Also at home, I think when we see the fans, just unbelievable. I think this ground deserve a victory, a lot of victory. So I hope for the next day against Portsmouth will be maybe a good day for us and for the fans. Sorry, and but I don't like really to just talk about me. But yeah, okay, I do some beautiful save, but which not a lot of pain. So the most important is to win some games. So yeah.
And how, Joe, you featured in that penalty victory over Luton Town. What was that moment like? We saw Paul straight away running over to you, celebrating at the end.
It was amazing. I think as a week as a whole, it was unbelievable for the club. Like, we win on Tuesday, win on Friday, going into an international break, really high, really happy.
Yeah.
So hopefully now it's just capitalising on that, remembering the good times and pushing through together as a team. But yeah, as the night went, it was brilliant. And even on the Friday night when we win, Sparks and I straight over to Paul. Like, it was so.
Yes,
it was happy.
It was very special. I think when we see the two performance of the goalkeeper was very nice, but also the performance of the team, and so it was a very good week. And I think this group deserve to have a lot of weeks like this. So I think we work a lot this international break, maybe more than the other, and. Yeah, we have to push. Everybody have to push a little bit, maybe 20, 30, 40% more. And yes, I hope we start well the next game. So yeah.
And Luton Town as well at Kenilworth Road. You must have got a real feel for English fans and the atmosphere from the QPR end, and probably not quite as nice pleasantries from the Luton side. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
And as well, Paul, coming to you with your experience that you've got in the game. You've played for some big clubs in France and in Belgium. How have you brought that to QPR? And I'm sure that's helped you as well, Joe, isn't it?
Yes, it's true. I have not a big career. It's just maybe 11, 12 years, and it's a lot of up and down. You know, the football, the life of a goalkeeper. And I already talked with Joey about this. You can be very good at some moment more bad, but the most important is to come back and to just keep the work every day, to work a lot. And for me, when you work, you have always a big things will come. So I have just this advice to continue to work. And when you work, for me, one day you have the success.
Joe, you made your debut against Coventry at the end of last season.
Yeah.
Your ear's just about recovered.
Yeah.
Is that fair to say?
Just about. I think it took about a month for it to sort of go back to normal. I still think it's hanging out a bit, but yeah, it was like that was a really lovely day. But it was nice. It was capped off with a victory right at the end of the season, because you don't want to go into the summer thinking, we should have won. But yeah, it was a really, really sore, swollen, as I think you saw on the Monday. It was a lovely day. I think now as a team we want to sort of replicate that, and in the following weeks, hopefully, we play them on Tuesday night at home, which is a big game for us, and hopefully we can replicate that. on the Tuesday.
And in the summer, obviously, Paul arrived. What have
Yeah.
you learnt from him straight away? What have you been asking him?
Everything. His character, his personality, his drive to be better every single day out on the training pitch. I see fans obviously don't get to see that in and out every day, where him, myself, Sparksy, Matteo, like Sheppy, Murph when he was here, like just driving each other just to be better. When we're in with a team, drive everyone else around us to be better, because at the end of the day we're out training maybe 2 hours a day and trying to get so much in that work. But Paul's helped massively. Like, he's had a top career, and for me to be able to learn off of him, I'm privileged, to be honest. So it's been really good. It's been really enjoyable.
And how important for you, Paul, is that relationship that we have? Because, especially that you have with Joe, because he basically is vying for your spot, wants to get in your position, doesn't he? So how good is it that it's a positive relationship for you?
Yeah, for me it's always it's very important to have a positive attitude, a positive relationship, because every day, as you said, and thank you for the thank you, but we have to push every day. Not just me and not just Walshy and no, it's every keeper, the 4 or 5 keeper. We just have to work a lot and push. If Joe push me, okay, it's very good, but I have to push also Joe. I have to push Sheppy. I have to push Matteo. It's not just for the goalkeeper who play. No, it's not like, I don't see like this the things. We just have to all work, and it's like this. And you grow, and you. For me, I look at the football like this. Yeah. So.
And idols in football, you must. Goalkeepers. There's big names in world football that are goalkeepers. Paul, I'll come to you first. There must be a couple of names that spring to mind.
For me it's easy. I'm French goalkeeper, so Hugo Lloris. It's just amazing. He play as well in England, so it's a big goalkeeper. So for me the first name in my head is Hugo Lloris, but I have also Gianluigi Buffon. I'm Nardi, little Italian name, so no, but Gianluigi Buffon the same. It's just amazing goalkeeper, personality, Italian class, But two very, very big goalkeeper. But I think we can say a lot of. I just say 2, but we can maybe reach 10, 20 easily. So. Yeah, it just maybe Hugo Lloris because I'm French. And
Joe, I'll come to you. When you first signed as a youngster, you said someone to me, a name, and I said, we're not going to include him. Go on.
It was Petr Cech. I watched a lot of Premier League football when I was growing up, and he was the one that really stood out to me as a goalkeeper who had a very long career in the Premier League, the most clean sheets in the Premier League, top goalkeeper.
Amazing,
Such a good goalkeeper, but as Paul said, now you can list some unbelievable. Manuel Neuer, another one, done it for years and years, top level. You got even now modern day, you got Alisson, Ederson, who are unbelievable modern way of playing. With
you can really, I think, do a list very big because there was a lot of very, very good goalkeeper.
When you watch a goalkeeper, are you taking things from them? Are you seeing the way Alisson passes a ball? Are you looking at that, or the way Buffon makes a save? Are you trying to sort of almost replicate that in some way?
I think for sure. I think there's always stuff you can learn. Even like I watch Paul in training, stuff I can learn from him. I watch Matteo in training, there's stuff I can learn from him. And especially on TV, or you look on Y-Scout at the clips of the goalkeepers where you can see their footwork to making saves or their technique of striking a ball. I think there's so much to be learned. Even just going on YouTube and looking at the clips of some goalkeepers, there's so much you can learn, even when you're sitting in bed at home. Look on YouTube, Edison's kick in. I love doing that because it's so nice to watch. So there's so much to learn.
And working with Andrew Sparks as well, goalkeeper coach, how has that been?
Yeah, very good. I think we work very good, very well, with sometimes a lot of fun, sometimes more like this, like a military. No, it's a joke. I think we have a very good relationship between the keeper and Andrew. Man, he's very good. He's a young goalkeeper coach. I think it's the youngest I work with, so it's very nice. And for me, it helped me a lot because it's my first experience in England. So I have to my way of training it's maybe different, so the approach is also different because the football in championship it's a little different to the other place where I play. But yeah, he's a very good guy and yeah, a good worker, so good for us. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned the difference in the championship. How different is it? Can you sort of put into words what the difference is?
Yeah, when we see like the crosses, the set pieces in France or in Belgium, never you have a guy who take you in the corner and you can't move.
It's,
No, but
very different.
it's the reality. But we have to adapt because sometimes the ref don't whistle or sometimes yes, sometimes no. But it's it's just things I have to improve and I have to learn because it's new, but it's the reality. So yeah, I think the crosses from everywhere in the pitch. Sometimes you can have a free kick very wide, close to the middle line, and come in the box or the throw. Amazing. So yeah, but it's a big championship because the quality is very good. So yeah, nice.
And on Saturday, obviously you mentioned Portsmouth, another big game.
Yeah.
Hopefully, try and get the first win. Is that a fair thing to say?
Yeah, but I think we have just this to say. It's we hope it's the first victory at home in the championship. So I think everybody knows the situation. We just want to win.
And Joe, Coventry on Tuesday. Bit of revenge for your age, is there?
Yeah,
Someone you need to get?
Yeah, I think we all know who. Even in the first half, my first touch, Paul, you wouldn't have seen it. I got a back pass. It was short. I rushed out, kicked it, boom. I got smashed. Same guy who done my hair.
Yeah.
And I was afterwards, I just had a laugh with Sparks. He said, "Oh, it's typical." But it was the best first touch I could have had, I think. But yeah, so no, I think Paul hit the nail on the head. Everyone knows the situation we're in, and we just want to win games. It's plain and simple. Everyone's ambition at the club, it's just to win games of football. So hopefully we get have another good week going into the following international break, and we can look back and be happy and positive where we are in 6 weeks' time or so.
Guys, thank you for joining me today.
Yeah.
Good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Of course, since Portsmouth first up on Saturday before a busy championship schedule kicks on, how important is that one in W12?
I think it's huge. It's huge because of the form both teams are on. It's huge because what the league table shows you and tells you. It's huge because the run of form we are and having not won at home. So we need to put that to bed sooner rather than later. So every game is big, but you're getting, the 10th game in already. We're saying this is a big game. It's a big game for many reasons, but it's a big game, and it can be a game that gets us our season started. Won't be easy. And then Portsmouth, brilliant season last year, came up as champions, found life difficult in a championship. Got to say it, yet to win, but have took really good points at Leeds, Middlesbrough, Luton, Sheffield United and Oxford, so it shows you that they're in games. So we're going to have to earn every single thing we get.
And the first home 3 o'clock kickoff of the season as well. If I put my supporters hat back on, it's what you're in football for, isn't it? What you enjoy going to football.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
Listen, when you look at the fixtures and you see the schedule and you just get on with it, but I think sometimes you lose a little bit with the earlier kickoffs. So yeah, back to 3 o'clock, back at Loftus Road. As I said earlier on, gives us a chance to get our season moving.
And of course, we'll be honouring Frank Sibley as well before the game and during the game. How important was he to you in your career?
Well, first of all, I think it's great the club are paying tribute to Frank, and it was always the club's intention to do so. Haven't learned of Frank's sad passing in May. It was important that in communication with, certainly with Christine, Frank's wife, it was important to choose a fixture when they could all come to the game. So we've had to wait and be patient because we wanted to do it, but this is the first game the Sibley family can come as a group. We're delighted to welcome them, and Frank's, the word legend sometimes is used too easily. Frank's a legend of the club. If you look what he did, made his debut at 15, youngest player. He's part of that great team, 66, 67, that won the double, 3rd Division Championship title, and that historic day at Wembley where we win the League Cup from 2-0 down, 3-2 against West Brom. Frank big part of that team and that group. Unfortunately, he's got to finish, which must be horrendous for any player at the age of 23. He goes into his coaching career, you know, under Gordon Jago and Dave Sexton, then he takes over when he's 29 and various things. You ask about me, well, my team, Frank was a huge part of that team of the 90s where we had a bit of success. You know, a really good sidekick to Jerry Francis. Top coach, top bloke, lovely man. I used to enjoy chatting to him. And one of my memories of Frank was a couple of years ago when we knew he wasn't well. I went to his house and we just sat. Frank was in his bed, or bedridden, and we just chatted everything football and QPR, you know, and what shone through there was Frank's love for football, but Frank's love for QPR. So, yeah, sad loss. We hope his family have a super day with us to celebrate and pay tribute to Frank Sibley, because he is a QPR great.
And we've sort of highlighted how important Saturday is, but what sort of message would you have for the QPR supporters heading to W12 this weekend?
Same as always, you know, the support we're getting from our fans has been absolutely tremendous. Everyone's disappointed with the start that we made. There's no hiding from that, and no one is. We know where we are. Saturday gives us a chance to get our season going. So I'm going to urge every QPR fan to get to the ground, get behind the team, get behind Marty, urge the boys on from the first whistle to the last, and you know, together we can do this. So see you Saturday. Come on, yours.